Every week we have a fairly comprehensive weekly report that gives people an idea of what changed, like week over week, sales dropped, ACOS increased, all the good, bad, and ugly, everything goes into that report. We don't hide anything. Like if the numbers say so, we're going to show that, and we're going to find out what the reason is. We'll investigate that, and we'll provide the reason as well. And so the reporting piece is super important for us. And then just to say it, like internally, how do we keep track of, things going wrong, for example, fires happening? Because Amazon's advertising environment is a very dynamic, kind of forever changing environment, and you need to be aware of like what's going on. And can we afford to have a team member looking at those numbers 24/7? Probably not, right? So then how do we know whether things are on track or off track? So we built a lot of automations
Yeah.
to actually alert us when things go off, right? So we have anomaly detection systems in place so that they tell us when something is going beyond our threshold for 2 days or 3 days. So we've set those up so that we can be highly efficient in the way we look at accounts, and we get informed when there's any sign of a fire or smoke alarm, goes off somewhere.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I
that's kind of how we operate.
I love the anomaly detection tool. I thought that was a great tool to have, especially again when you can't have someone monitoring it 24/7. Um, I'm a big fan of if you can share any real world examples of how this anomaly detection tool, it's a tongue twister, has
Yeah.
prevented any giant fires from happening, or if you have any examples from that you can share of how this stopped a massive loss in sales or something like that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, so let's break down the kind of fundamentals of the anomaly detection system.
Mhm.
So first of all, we're streaming in data from SP API. So the selling part of API gives you orders data, right? And it streams it right into our databases. Then we have the ads data, again, comes streaming in right into our database. Then we have Keepa, which comes in, it basically is price tracking for competitors as well as our own product. um, and we have, a bunch of systems that tell us whether a product is in or out of stock,
Mhm.
so that those are reasons for why something might not be working, etc., for troubleshooting, diagnosis, and stuff like that. So all of this data coming into a BigQuery database, and based on that, we've kind of built SQL statements and triggers and scheduled queries that will run on the data, look for patterns like 2 days in a row. So let's say, oh, you have a one-off event like ACOS spiked yesterday. Okay, so that maybe comes down the next day. It's not a big deal. Sometimes it happens, especially with low data sufficiency. You have one sale today and you have zero sales tomorrow, but you have 5 clicks, and that's, your cost spikes there,
Right.
but it comes back the next day. So it's like up and down, up and down. That's how Amazon is, right?
Right.
Especially with low data volumes. But if something is happening 2 days in a row or 3 days in a row, then it's cause for concern because it's not a one off, it's a two off, right? And if that's the case, we want to know so that we can go in and check. And so we have different thresholds. So every team member has, like in a Google spreadsheet, we kind of note down what the important thresholds are for each account. So let's say account A is very sensitive about their tacos number going above, let's say, 8%. And they're also very sensitive about the tacos number going below 4%. They don't want to spend less, they don't want to spend more. There's a band they want to maintain, right? And so those two criteria plus an event that happens 2 days in a row gets sent to us as an email, and it gets sent to the team member, and gets sent to their manager, to the brand success manager, and to me. So I get all the alerts in the company. So every day I can scan through PPC automated alerts, and I can see all of the alerts across all of our accounts and know what's going on at a very high level. And of course, the actual team member will go in and their job is to go investigate, and then they will do a copy all so that everybody can see what they investigated and what action they took. So that's kind of our SOP
Wow.
for anomaly detection. Mhm.
Wow, I was gonna ask about how you, manage the to make it sound very podcasty, how you manage the intersection, of human strategy and machine, execution in the workflow, and it sounds like that's my answer right there. That's very sharing
Mhm.
the data, I think is a
Yeah,
very big, important piece of learning that I feel a lot of maybe people these days are somewhat missing.
right.
So that's great to know that it's being shared everywhere.